on the hill.
To get me started.
Shit. It's up there and we're down here.
What are you calling this smooth business?
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood. Yes, and at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I'm not about to make such a sacrifice. Not now, not ever. Thank you.
I never quite realized how burdened I was, until I met you. The threat of the Shadow Curse, the politics of the Grove. I was forgetting who I was. But you lifted the fog. Thank you. You. I discovered you. I have lived a very long time. I have taken many lovers. My heart does not stir lightly. But it does now. Like I said, I've lived a long time, traveled far and wide. I've lain with elf maidens under the boughs of oaks. I've had a Neelanth the pirate claw my back and cry my name until he was hoarse. And I've been to the Underdark. Many times. I want more than to fight at your side, or sit around the campfire with you. I want to lay with you under the stars and feel your skin against mine. I think you feel the same way. Once the power of the Shadow Curse was broken, the connection was undeniable. We both felt it. But tell me I'm wrong, and the matter can rest. I do not wish to sour our friendship, but I have to know if it can be something more. I understand. And I still cherish our relationship. Still, I could not have forgiven myself had I not taken the plunge. Better to have tried and failed.
about it. They're stuck here with no coin and nothing to do.
See the city? Up on the
You're
hill.
going to hire all the refugees.
It's up
Just
there,
like
we're
that.
down here.
Of course.
That's
Cleaning,
why we
cooking,
need to walk just a
construction. The
little
possibilities
more.
are endless.
One foot in front of the other.
What do you get out of this?
Days, my feet
Well, it's the
hurt.
right thing to do, isn't it?
I know.
Everyone deserves the chance to
But
make
you'll be in
some
a big,
coins.
cozy bed soon enough.
You have anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
I'm never allowed sweet things right before bed.
This one time, we'll make an exception.
To get me started.
As long as you stop sulking and start walking right now.
What are you calling this new business?
Cheap and cheerful. Refugees for hire. Catchy, right?
Mate, there is so much wrong with that name.
See the city? Up on the hill.
It's up there, and we're down here.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot.
Think about it. They're stuck here with no coin and nothing to do.
My feet hurt.
You're going to hire all the refugees. Just like that.
You'll be in a big,
course.
cozy bed
Cleaning,
soon.
cooking, construction. The possibilities are
Anything you
endless.
want for supper. All the treats.
What do you get out of this?
I'm never allowed.
Thing to do, isn't it? Everyone deserves the chance to make some coin.
As long as you stop sulking and start walking right now.
I should arrest you all for gross negligence.
I'm not asking for much. Just a teensy investment to get me started.
Nearly there now. You can see the city.
Huh?
Up on the hill.
What are you calling this new
It's up
business?
there, and we're down here.
Cheap and cheerful.
That's why we
Refugees
need to
for
walk
hire.
just a little
Catchy,
more.
right?
One foot in
How
front of
many
the other.
red
Mate,
caps are in?
there is so much wrong with that name.
My feet hurt.
Enough to clean Crimson's cage,
I know.
but not enough to organise the
You'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
You have anything you want for supper.
Think about it. They're stuck here with no coin and nothing to do.
Never allowed sweet things right before
You're
bed.
going to hire all the refugees. Just like that.
Of course. Cleaning, cooking, construction. The possibilities are endless.
They're damn near chomping at the bit. What's the plan?
refugees travelling abroad. Already stupid enough to leave.
What's the harm in one
Remind them
night?
that this is ours.
Think of it. Actual bets.
They take your gold, but they leave your ribs intact.
Front page material.
That'll make a great headline.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery? Then leave me to my work. Only if you're quick. Now let me get back to it.
You're here. Good luck. This damn city's more treacherous than the Underdark.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you, I hope. Good. We don't have a chance unless we stick together. Not while the Gondians' metal monsters are patrolling the streets. The Steel Watch, they're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it. I heard about that. You had the Harpers all excited, but there aren't many Harpers left. These Steel Watchers, one of them is the equivalent of a red dragon. An army of them. Well, there's never been an army of dragons. By hitting the Gondians hard, they invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit. Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A room powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
Wulbren, please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barcus. The adults are talking. The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes, spitting in his face. Now they'll die like the dogs they are.
That's what I've been saying. There may yet be a peaceful solution.
Fine. You want to try flapping your gums in the belly of the beast? Be my guest. But their idea of diplomacy is a steel fist shoved where the sun don't shine. So take the bomb. Just in case I'm right and you're wrong. As long as you see sense, I don't care when you see it. The foundry is in the lower city, down by the docks. Beautiful building, belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of watchers in no time.
You'll be getting a mouthful of sparks at this rate. Unless you've got any decent metal on you, I'm not interested. Only if you're quick. Now let me get back to it.
Steel is silent. Stone is screaming.
A pinch of this, a dash of that.
Locked. but there's no keyhole. Must be a switch or something nearby.
So if we do this right...
Worst that can happen
Deliver
is
my
one of those
parcel.
steel
So do
watches
it.
stamping us.
Might be worth
Pages
them.
do the delivering. Why don't you take your complaints to them?
They usually really? The gates on our doorstep, and you want to talk about bread?
Mummy?
We get caught sneaking in. A few days in a jail cell.
The absolute army will be here any day now.
I'm fine.
Stop fretting. The Steel Watch will put a stop to them.
Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector.
We would never hurt him. Everything he had nothing to do with his death. Fascinating.
Here goes nothing.
Outraged.
How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Hey!
What's
We
that?
can bond with 10 other people and pray none of them have sticky fingers. Sleeping in the gutter, then that den of iniquity.
Haven't we lingered long enough? We should return for the ceremony.
Couple turns should do
Time.
it.
The runaway is still missing after all. Nothing happens until he's found.
Not long before we leave scouring places like this behind. Part of me will miss it.
I will not.
You will when you've met the drought.
Blood near the bed.
You notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. You notice the blood's source. A body hidden under the bed. The blood you noticed earlier still remains on the floor.
I know this key. It's identical to the one held by that corpse in the tunnels. A list of names. Father Logan's on here, crossed off. A target list, perhaps? These tunnels were full of shapeshifters. Father Logan's name is written here too.
I don't mind.
Such a prude.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone at Sharess's caress is a professional.
It's got 5 rooms.
You're really nice.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night's eating? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found? A Baal plot? You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's been unusually insistent about this one, even for her. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory? No need to wave documents at me. I'm already drowning in paperwork as it is. Constable Devella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at the Elf Song Tavern. Show her the list, and I'll stay and inform the Fist here. Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access to the lower city. Well? What are you waiting for? You've a bloody conspiracy to solve. Move!
forget your work. These four walls are our world.
Sorry, I've just felt so distracted recently. Such fog coursing through my brain.
Look at me. You need only think of me.
You're not staying in a brothel.
Look, Sharess's caress isn't just
It's
about
got private
wetting your
rooms,
whistle.
music,
Dancing,
and
dinner,
all-round pleasant folks, from what I've...
Exactly.
And if
Pleasure isn't just physical.
confuses me for
It's
a member of staff.
I'd probably break his...
any sense.
Good boy.
It will when you've met the drought.
Oh, Father, give me strength.
Why does Brand's Crossing have so few lodgings? We need at least a
You need a spot. How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can run with 10 other people, and probably none of them has sticky fingers. Better off living in the gutter than that den of iniquity. I just want somewhere warm and safe.
My lad, I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you.
You. I'm exhausted. You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
I don't mind it. Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real room.
Sure, I believe it. Doesn't really matter. Meaning that in the games of generals and dukes, we're not even turning so much as dust on the wind. What happens next is out of our hands.
Ravengard's a hero. Elturel would still be stuck in the elves if it weren't for him.
Have you seen the Tieflings at the South Gate? Elturel's exiles, cast out by their own city. The precious hero liberated them from one hell only to trap them in another.
Shut your mouth. Ravengard is a legend.
Ravengard is a charlatan, like every last patriarch of this wretched city.
Ravengard on his side. That should tell you something.
What? Every duke's just the same as the last, sticking up for each other as the sky falls around us.
Gods, it must be exhausting to be so cynical.
Not as exhausting as all that boot kissing you've been doing.
Lady Alia says the Absolute's army won't be causing trouble for Portash. Or for us.
I'm not sure I believe her. Does it really matter?
Meaning?
Meaning that in the games of generals and dukes, we're not even pawns, just dust on the board. What happens next is out of our hands.
Ravengard's a hero. Elturel would still be stuck in the hells if it weren't for him.
Have you seen the tieflings at the south gate? Elturel's exiles, cast out by their own city. The precious hero liberated them from one hell only to trap them in another.
Shut your mouth! Ravengard is a legend.
Ravengard is a charlatan, like every last patriarch of this wretched city.
Has Ravengard on his side. That should tell you something.
What? Every duke's just the same as the last, sticking up for each other as the sky falls around us.
Gods, it must be exhausting to be so cynical.
Not as exhausting as all that boot kissing you've been doing.
Lady Alia says the Absolute's army won't be causing trouble for Portash. Or for us.
I'm not sure I believe her. Does it really matter?
Meaning?
Meaning that in the games of generals and dukes, we're not even pawns, just dust on the board. What happens next is out of our hands.
Ravengard's a hero. Elturel would still be stuck in the hells if it weren't for him.
Have you seen the tieflings at the south gate? Elturel's exiles, cast out by their own city. The precious hero liberated them from one hell only to trap them in another.
Shut your mouth! Ravengard is a legend.
Ravengard is a charlatan, like every last patriarch of this wretched city.
It must be exhausting to be so cynical.
Not as exhausting as all that boot kissing you've been doing.
Lady Alia says the Absolute's army won't be causing trouble for Vortash. Or for us.
I'm not sure I believe her. Does it really matter?
Meaning?
Meaning that in the games of generals and dukes, we're not even pawns, just dust on the board. What happens next is out of our hands.
Ravengard's a hero. Elturel would still be stuck in the hells if it weren't for him.
Have you seen the tieflings at the Southgate? Elturel's exiles, cast out by their own city. The precious hero liberated them from one hell only to trap them in another.
Shut your mouth! Ravengard is a legend.
Ravengard is a charlatan, like every last patriarch of this wretched city.
Vortash has Ravengard on his side. That should tell you something.
What? But every duke's just the same as the last. Sticking up for each other if the sky falls around us.
Gods, it must be exhausting to be so cynical.
Not as exhausting as all that boot kissing you've been doing.
Lady Alia says the Absolute's army won't be causing trouble for Vortash. Or for us.
I'm not sure I believe her. Does it really matter?
Meaning?
Meaning that in the games of generals and dukes, we're not even pawns, just dust on the board. happens next is out of our hands.
Ravengard's a hero. Elturel would still be stuck in the Helm if it weren't for him.
Have you seen the tieflings at the south gate? Elturel's exiles, cast out by their own city. The precious hero liberated them from one hell only to trap them in another.
Shut your mouth! Ravengard is a legend.
Ravengard is a charlatan, like every last patriarch of this wretched city.
Has Ravengard on his side. That should tell you something.
What? Every duke's just the same as the last, sticking up for each other as the sky falls around us.
Gods, it must be exhausting to be so cynical.
Not as exhausting as all that food kissing we've been doing. Sure, I believe her. But does it really matter?
Meaning?
Meaning that in the games of generals and dukes, we're not even pawns, just dust on the board. What happens next is out of our hands.
Ravengard's a hero. Elturel would still be stuck in the Helm if it weren't for him.
Have you seen the tieflings at the south gate? Elturel's exiles, cast out by their own city. The precious hero liberated them from one hell only to trap them in another.
Shut your mouth!
Every duke's just the same as the last, sticking up for each other as the sky falls around. Food kissing you've been doing.
Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city. The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation, citizen.
Dearest patriarchs, but a moment. I must greet a most honored guest. My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs, for the good of the people, I'm sure you understand. Lord Enver Gortash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that nether stone that you carry. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorms, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. The Crown's magic turned the brain into something the world has never seen. A nether brain. Its power is immense. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all three Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the three are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the Absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. Then we proceed. The Patriarchs await. Distinguished Dukes, Patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
This area is restricted under orders of Lord Enver Gortash. Intruders are subject to deadly force.
Fetch me a bowl of sunfish and stew. She is fresh out of sunfish, my lady.
Well, I never!
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
Our own defenses until the danger has passed.
Once he's dealt with the cop, Gortash should turn the steel from the guild. That would be rash. The guild are part of the fabric of the city, in their way.
Thing cut fresh from the wheel.
I'll have to inquire with Cook Darley about...
Oh, nice. Why must you make everything such a bother?
Something's not right about those steel watchers. I'm telling you.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree. And to think, the drama's just started. You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated. To his death, the way I hear it. Such a shame. And to think there's no way to save him. Or is there? I know enough. Let's talk to Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.
By order of Lord Baldur, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is
Every criminal we have.
duration of the ongoing emergency.
Of
Failure
his
to
rights.
comply will result in imprisonment.
Really won't feel it.
Not a thing. Got on back.
Brace yourself.
The land is sick, and so are its people.
Some tavern. I wonder if my old boots are still there. They could be of use to me.
We embrace the cycle that has begun to its fullest degree.
Get ready to buy!
We must allow the mother of all plagues to burn this sickness from us all.
Talona? You want to let Talona loose in our city?
Poor sweet fool. You speak as if the plague crone is not already here, striding among us. Her power waxes. And soon, the cycle will reach its zenith, should you want it to, or otherwise.
And then what happens? Nothing good, I bet.
And then all will perish. So the cycle can begin anew.
Dear gods, he's right. It's too late to stop it now.
Zen will be back soon. Get ready to buy!
What do we do? What can we do?
Embrace it. The mistress of disease loves us all. Her fondest wish is to free us from the agonies that we have created.
My lungs feel tight. It's happening already.
Oh, calm down, would you? It's all in your head. I've a good mind to get the flaming fist before people start chucking themselves into the Chiomfa.
Reserve them now, or there won't be any left!
All the Talanta await her blessings with open arms. And we pity those who would reject her. I smile as a fever sear me to my core. I will bask in her febrile radiance.
Oh gods, I don't want to die. Not yet.
You are not going to die.
We are all going to die, my friend. Some of us merely intend to do so in the service of something greater. And to thank blessed Talona for the honor.
Reserve them now, or there won't be any
Are
left!
these the lives that you wanted for yourself? A never-ending march of toil and suffering. The land is sick, and so are its people. We must cleanse the ills Faerun's impotent godlings have failed to staunch.
And how do you propose we do that?
Get ready to buy!
We grasp the net. We embrace the cycle that has begun to its fullest degree. We must allow the mother of all plagues to burn this sickness from us all.